Hi and welcome to a new episode. Now in this episode I want to talk to you about the Atari ST. In my case it's the Atari STE. In my Atari STE I have 4 megabytes, which was an awful lot of memory back in the day. I also have it in a Cosmos X. As you may see an icon there on the screen there. That is so that I can use the device as a virtual hard drive and also load up floppy images as if they were the real thing. I also have in that Cosmos X a Raspberry Pi, and with the Raspberry Pi that means I get USB and Ethernet access. With the USB access though, it means I can stick in a mouse, a USB stick, or even a Wi-Fi dongle. The Cosmos X also has an SD slot. That's what I'm currently using for the virtual hard drives. On the back of this Atari STE I've also got a UBESwitch, and that allows it to kick out the image as a VGA signal. It also means you don't have to keep plugging and unplugging different plugs for different types of low, medium, or high resolution monitors. I have a particular monitor that can handle all 3 resolutions, but in this particular case right now I'm sticking it into a OSSC, which is a scaler, and that's kicking out HDMI. All of these can be found on the internet. I'm sure you know how to use Google. With this though, that means it's connected onto a Elgato CamLink, which everyone I'm sure has heard of. And with that, that means I can give you this video here today. Now, right now the Atari ST is set to low resolution. And what I'm going to do is tell it to load up a file image. Oh, while I'm doing this, you might hear this noise. What's actually happening there is that on my USB mouse, I have a wheel, and when I'm using that, the ST beeps. And the reason the ST beeps is because it's actually getting mapped to the keyboard shortcuts that you can use if you don't happen to have a mouse. In the meantime, I'll load up this program, and this program lets me load up file images or floppy images so that the Cosmos X sends it to the ST as if it was a real floppy drive. It's a bit like a GoTech on steroids. It's basically the easiest way to talk about it. I press F10 to come back out again because I've already got the file image I wanted. Come away from that. I load up drive A, and there's the program. Grab hold of my joystick. And here we have Bomber Jack. It should load. There we go. It's been ages since I played this game, so let's see how well I do today. Whoa, that was close. Oh, nearly. Always reminds me a bit like Pac-Man, the way that this plays. You're constantly dodging. There we go. Let's see if we can do the second level. Oops. Let's get to that one up there before it blows up. Oh, come on. And there's me losing all my lives. So let's go across and have a look at high resolution. Now, let's see how the capture card handles this. If I press the button on the UMBE, it should reset the ST, which seems to have done, but left the music playing. That's very strange. Let's press it again. This could be all side effects of having the capture card. No, the capture card's having none of it. So one moment while you look at this. And there we go, we're back into high resolution. For me, if it was straight into the monitor, I wouldn't have this problem of what we've had here now. That's the problem with the capture device not liking being swapped, resolutions being pumped into it. In OBS, which is what the program I'm using here right now, I have to deactivate it and activate the capture device so that we can get an image. As you can see here though, there's a bit of a hatching display going on. That's because I don't believe I've got quite the correct settings on the OSSC for this high resolution. I'll have to play around a little bit with it some more to see if I can get the resolution correct when it's getting sent to the capture device. For me on my monitor it looks great. Again then, so let's try to load up an image. I want to change that to a different one. I want this bowler one because this is a game that I was told about online. Press F10. Close that down so we don't need it anymore. And hopefully, fingers crossed, it has brought it up. So let's go into the original folder and then start the game. But I understand this is a game written by a German person or a German group. I myself don't speak German. Maybe the odd word, but nothing to write home about. Literally, nothing to write home about. So please forgive me if I don't know how to actually use this game. From what I understand, there's a mode of where it can just play computer to computer, which seems to be that. And this is basically a version of the tanks game of yesteryear, or if you had QW Basic on a PC back in the day when you had DOS, you probably played the game Guerrillas, where you threw banana at each other to try to get each other over the top of city skyscrapers. This is obviously just a variation of that. But it is in high resolution, which would have given people who were into playing MIDI files or creating their music on a high resolution monitor, for a bit of a break, this would have given them something to play, because if they wanted to play a normal ST game, they would have had to have a second monitor which would handle the low and medium resolutions, which also did color, because that was the thing about the high resolution monitor, it was monochrome only. But it would also meant that they would have to have a switching system, which was possible to get from third-party sellers and makers, so that they could switch in between the different resolutions. But it meant that they had to turn the ST off, and they would have to turn the monitors off, flick the switch, and turn everything back on again. Which of course would have meant a lot more money to be spent, because you would have to have two monitors and the switch, but also the real estate on your table, having two monitors and an ST on your table. Even though the monitors were quite small in size, it was still meant that it was still quite bulky because they were CRTs. Whereas for me right now, I've got a HD monitor which can handle all these different resolutions sent out through the UBE through VGA. It is an old style monitor, it's a 4x3 monitor. It's an NEC Multisync LCD 1970NX. All these wonderful letters that I've been telling you today, but that does give me a chance to have it all in one go. But now that I have this OSSC, it means that I can actually just use a normal HDMI monitor. So I may well actually just get rid of the second monitor and just use it as HDMI now that I can do it through this OSSC. For now though, I'm going to stop this game. Or at least try to stop this game. And the problem is because it's playing computer to computer. Here we go. And this is end. Is it ending? Yes, it's ending. Oh, quit, maybe that word means. Anyway, the point is that I've shown you some modern gadgets for the Atari ST to bring it up a little bit up to date on the different things you can do. So I have a lot of enjoyment playing old ST type games. I'm not getting to get in the whole warfare of ST is better than the Amiga or the Amiga is better than the ST. Let's be honest, we all know it's the PC Master Race. No, I'm only joking. Now, I've got an Amiga 1200 as well, and I enjoy them both in different ways. Let this playground argument end once and for all. For lots of us who grew up with them, we're adults now. Let's stop it. We don't need this silliness of hardcore, this is better than the other. The ST was good at lots of things, and the Amiga was good at lots of things. It didn't matter if you had lots of money or not. It's what you got it for in the first place. Now, the odd little bit of tease, that's fine. But people who are hardcore, this one's better than the other, stop it. You're a grown up now. All in all, though, let's have fun with these retro computers for what we want them to be used for. For today, though, please like, please share, and please tell all your friends. Until next time, bye.